But story time about how the scammer slash con artist decided that she was going to not give me permission or access to any of the photos after I did 2 makeup looks for 2 separate photo shoots. Let's get into exactly what happened, because other makeup artists were reaching out to me telling me, yeah, this is actually a common thing that happens. This is her Instagram, and this is the message that I received from her. Basically, just reaching out to me very kindly, saying, looking for MUA, blah, 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 love my work, perfect. But if you look at the bottom, read what it says. So after I do 2 different makeup looks, 2 different shoots happen, I have heard nothing from her. Mind you, between this period, it's like a 3-month period, I'm also working with brands. I'm doing my own stuff too. I'm very busy. But I decided to send her a message, and this is what happened. Right here, it's February. The next one is May. I want to clarify, at this point, photos are posted on Instagram. I have not received a folder. I have not received an email. I have not received any messages saying that the photos are right. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing to me, which is why I sent her this message asking for any videos, and I asked for also the pictures from the photo shoot. She replies to me that they're posted on Instagram and I'm tagged. At this point, I had felt like something was off. With my discernment, I was like, this doesn't seem right, because I've never had any experience with anyone else like this. I forgot to mention, this is Invisimatte from Fenty Beauty if you want your makeup to look really smooth and flawless. At this point, I believe it's at like a 5-month period now, I make a story basically saying to all these different people I've worked with, hey, can you guys please send me my photos, anything, because I'm making a portfolio to send into something I want to, submit it to. Anyways, I make my story. Everyone's tagged privately, so nobody is actually known. However, she decides to respond to the story by sending me this message. So she decides to go on a full rant, and she goes on further rant. But then she goes on to say, I want to kindly point out that your story mentioned felt unnecessarily demanding and unprofessional. I was never previously asked for the photos. So what was the message that you responded to? Then she goes on to say, you can expect images in your inbox by end of day. Not only does she get disrespectful in her messaging towards me, calling me unprofessional, when I was never demanding her. I told her the truth. I need these images. They should have already been sent to me. Nobody else had a problem with that. Also, she goes on to say that I've never previously asked for the photos. That is a lie. She also goes on to say that she's going to be sending me the photos end of day. Also a lie. I have received 0 photos from her. Okay, let's get into the next message. This is her second rant. She goes on to tell me that the property of these images is to myself, my client, and the photographer. Interesting. And to use those images for portfolio purposes requires permission. Now, if you go back to the first message, you will see what I'm talking about when she said this would be great for exposure for my work. And I actually even